some suspicious looking white fluid and some balls. When I was wandering the streets of Bishkek the other day, I came across a very unusual sculpture of this absolute unit carrying a horse. Well, turns out this is a legendary Kyrgyz wrestler and folk hero by the name of Kojomkul. And this building behind him is the Kyrgyz Palace of Sport, which bears his name. Anyway, the village of Kojomkul's birth is in a lush valley in the Tian Shan Mountains, a few hours up there. Let's get up there. Well, the valley in question is called Suusamyr Valley, and I'm not sure how we're going to get there, to be perfectly honest. It's a little bit remote, it's over about a 3,500 metre pass, and as far as I can tell, there's no public transport. So I think our best plan is to get some kind of shared taxi to a town called Kara-balta to the west, and then once we get there, see if there's a taxi heading to Suusamyr, but I think we'll probably have to hitch a ride somehow. But I'm sure that won't be difficult. Very kind people, the Kyrgyz, but we'll see. Succeed with me, fail with me. Onward. Okay, we've made it to the west bus station. Look for Kara-balta now.
Yeah.
Kara-balta.
Кара-балта там здесь есть, по-моему, нету здесь.
Okay, the nice man at the ticket office said Marshrutka 332 will take me to Kara-balta. We'll see. 332, Kara-balta. That'll do, top marks. Does look empty though. В Kara-baltu едете? Да. Okay.
Откуда приехал?
А? Откуда я? Из Великобритании. Да.
Англия.
Англия, да.
А чё тут?
А я хочу в целом в долину Suusamyrскую.
Suusamyr?
Да, да. Kojomkul. Деревня Kojomkul хочу видеть, да. Это мой план.
Кара-балта.
Уходит когда полный или по расписанию?
Через 8-7 минут поедет.
Okay. I think we're sorted for the first part of the journey anyway. Down to Kara-balta. This is a Kyrgyz Marshrutka. I've been invited to the front. О, это лучшее место. Да.
Снимай.
Да.
Çıkınız. Bu kayerге жүреді? Kara-balta. Çalda var. Bizde algı geçe. Садовойго.
Машина жоқ болып қойды ма?
Ой, аз тығылып қалдым машина.
Баклажка.
Это охладительный надпись так.
Как называется?
Shoro.
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 Shoro. Alright. Wow. Okay. Из чего произведили?
Да, пшеница.
Пшеница.
Размолотили.
Okay. It's like grains. Не алкогольное, да?
Не алкоголь это.
Okay.
Не алкоголь. А что вы? Какое?
Wow. It's like porridge water with a load of salt added. Интересно.
Пшеница, там кислое молоко. Охладительный напиток.
Да, да. Полезно?
Полезно, ой, да, и ганван кузом вообще.
Yeah, it's an interesting flavour. Very salty, thin, it's like a grainy flavour, a bit spritzy, a bit fermented. Shoro party.
Red Bull.
за помощь.
Давай, удачи.
Окей. До свидания. Спасибо. Okay, we're in Kara-balta. No time to enjoy the attractions. I don't think there are any. We said there were some minivans here that might take me to Suusamyr. Здравствуйте. Suusamyr?
Да.
Suusamyr. Ага.
Давай, садись сюда. Куда именно? Туда? А?
В принципе, я иду в Kojomkul.
До Kojokmul. Kojokmul?
Да.
С тобой 3.
Ага.
Еще 4 осталось.
Еще 4 нужно.
Нужен, да.
Окей. И скоро
Ты
будет?
сам один, да?
Да, один, да. Скоро будет 4 еще.
Так, приблизительно, не знаю, 2, может, час.
Окей. Не знаю, потому что, да, я спешу немного.
Может, заплатишь, поедем.
Ага. Окей, я подумаю.
Ну, подумай.
Окей, спасибо. Я слышу, что после перевала есть юрты, где я могу попробовать Kumis и так далее.
А, Кымыза пока нету.
Пока нет?
Пока нет. Барбы. А, вообще-то есть из старых. С прошлого года.
Окей.
С прошлого года. Старый.
Еще можно пить?
Да.
Ну, осторожно, если не привык, ты уже понос будет. Если не привычно, не позволяет, желудок не позволяет, понимаешь?
Да. В маршрутке водитель дал мне много Shoro.
А, Шоро?
И да, я думаю, что мой...
Нет, Шоро это хороший.
Да, но уже...
Ничего страшного от Шоро. А Кымыз опасный.
Но я уже чувствую себя немного странно. Да, Kumis это
опасно.
Это нечто.
Ну, хорошие вещи, ну, напиток хороший, действительно.
Ага.
Пока не сезон. Скоро будет уже,
окей.
только начинается.
Рано уже.
Сейчас рано, да, действительно.
Люди много пьют в Suusamyr?
Да.
Этого не ожидал. Хорошо.
На здоровье.
I forked out a bit of the strategic gold reserves so we can get moving. So I paid for the remaining seats and we're about to get going, I think. Спасибо. Спасибо за помощь. Удачи. Wow, there they go. I've asked to be dropped off in the Suusamyr Valley. Wow, look at it. This is Kyrgyzstan. Wow, look at those. What are they? Horses. God, I feel a bit addled. That Shoro thing, that tax driver was giving me. That Shoro, that tax driver was giving me on the way here. He said it had no alcohol in it. It did have a little bit of spritz to it. I wonder if it might have been. It was sour. It might have been a little bit fermented. God, it made me feel a bit woozy, a bit strange. I had a little bit of sleep on the drive over the pass, and yeah, I do feel a little bit lightheaded still. But that is not the last somewhat dodgy thing that is going to pass my lips today, hopefully. So I've asked to be dropped off here in the middle of the valley because I could see that I was looking at the satellite imagery and I could see sort of up the hillside here in the valley there looked like some circular buildings which I assumed were yurts, and where there's yurts there's nomads and there's Kumis. Now I've mentioned Kumis a few times now. I spoke with one of the old timers about about Kumis earlier. What is it? Well, Kyrgyzstan doesn't really have a lot to say for itself in terms of, you know, cuisine. It's not famous for its cuisine, its culinary delights. However, Kumis is something that is pretty interesting and pretty unique to Kyrgyzstan. So traditionally, of course, Kyrgyz society is nomadic. They used to roam around these pastures, these lush green pastures, maybe go down some lower plains in the winter, come up here in the summer. In fact, it's just coming into the season that, for grazing up here in the highland jailoos, as they call them. And yeah, the society was based around the horse, and they get an awful lot of things out of their horses. Obviously, they get leather, they get a mode of transport, but they also get food. Horse meat is very popular in Kyrgyzstan, but they also make this drink called Kumis, which is fermented mare's milk. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that existed. Now, I've never tried it, but yeah, I would like to, basically, and that's what we're doing. I promise we will get to Kojomkul eventually, but yeah, I had to give it a go. Now, there are a few places you can see right over there at the junction. There are some places that sell Kumis and other horse-based products, but I think I want to go straight to the source, straight to the nomads and the yurts, and see if they can offer me a little snifter of Kumis, and yeah, we'll see if I can stomach it. Although that fella I was talking to in Kara-balta about Kumis, he said it was too early for Kumis. Presumably maybe they haven't started milking the horses yet. It sounds crazy to say milking a horse. Why not? You can milk anything if you try hard enough, I suppose. So he said maybe they'll give you last year's Kumis. Wow. I've heard Kumis is it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough going. Like it's fermented, but not like sour cream. It's like really fermented. It's about 1 or 2% alcohol. And if it's been there stewing since last spring, yikes, I'm not sure my fragile Anglo-Saxon stomach can handle it, but we're gonna put it to the test, I promise. Hopefully when we get around this little knoll, we'll be able to see the yurts in question, and hopefully they don't mind me just rocking up and saying, can I have some of your horse juice? Onward. I did save a location on Google Maps where the building looked circular, and it looks like it's straight ahead, so I think we'll keep heading for that. Oh, we get a fording opportunity. Hop, skip, there we go. Well, there is a little shack here. We'll look if anyone's there. See if they can help me. No, not much going on there. I can actually see a guy on horseback over there. Maybe I can try and intercept him. Hopefully he speaks Russian. I think with some of these communities which have historically been less settled, even during Soviet times in the more remote regions, they might not have learnt Russian to a good level. But I'm sure he'll speak a few words at least. He probably will speak better than me. Wow, there's a dust devil over there. I think he's seen me. Assalamu alaikum. So, Меня зовут Джозеф, я турист из Великобритании. Русский понимаете?
По чуть-чуть.
Я был на главной дороге, я видел на карте, что есть юрты. Юрт. Есть, да? Юрт. И просто хотел видеть образ жизни здесь, попробовать кумис, если у вас есть. Понимаете меня? Нет? Кумис?
Кумыс?
Кумис? Да.
Кумыс нету пока.
Рано.
1 месяц.
Через 1 месяц.
Да.
Окей. Дом здесь?
Дом.
Дом, да.
И,
Ага.
ну, сюда. Пока jailoo нету.
Никого там. Жалко. Долго ходил пешком. Окей, alright.
Ага.
Спасибо.
Болгария? Или?
Великобритания. Лондон.
Британия.
Британия, да. Лондон.
Лондон.
Лондон, Челси.
Все.
Okay. Oh no. There's no Kumis after all. Fuck. I have to try Kumis though. That's simply just a fact of the matter. I have to try it. And gag on it probably. I guess how it works here with the seasons is like now when it's just getting warmer, that's the time where the nomads just start to take their livestock and probably their families up here, but they're to graze and to pasture, etc. But they're probably not ready to milk and make kumis yet. I guess that makes sense. But yeah, it's not a huge walk to these small buildings I can see. And there's a bunch of animals, so maybe we can see something interesting and meet somebody. I apologise that old Kojomkul, Kyrgyz folk wrestling hero, has become a bit of an afterthought for this episode, but I mean, we will get into that, we have plenty of time. But I just want to accomplish this side quest first. Well, yeah, I suppose all this does look fairly empty. Well, the building is just another one of these trailers that I guess they leave here permanently, and then in the summer they come up and they build the yurt each year and take it down. But the animals are there, so maybe there's some people there. Hello? Yeah, it all does look a bit pre-seasoned, doesn't it? I guess they send the cows up here first. I suppose you can get more out of a cow, can't you? In terms of sustenance, and then they bring the horses up afterwards when it's a little bit warmer. Although it is supposedly in May, Kumis season, so I can't have missed it by much. I guess on the pass we did see a few herds, flocks of horses. So yeah, maybe if I just waited a bit they'd get here. But yeah, it's unfortunate. Right, well, we've got to go all the way back to the main road and find a short ride up to the roadside Kumis joints. Onward. Now, despite our failures to find some fermented mare's milk, you're probably thinking, wow, the Kyrgyz countryside, the Suusamyr Valley, the Tian Shan Mountains. What a beautiful place. What a beautiful idyll. What a pastoral Eden. And I would agree with you. It is all those things. But this land also plays an important role in one of the worst things ever. Scientists have very strong evidence that the Black Death began here. They can't be sure precisely where. They think it may be the Tian Shan Mountains, could be somewhere a bit further towards China, maybe even in the far west of China. Issyk-Kul, Lake Issyk-Kul is kind of in the middle. It's a very likely candidate, but definitely this kind of area, and possibly here exactly, is where the Black Death started in the mid-14th century, and somehow found its way to the Mongol state north of the Black Sea, the Golden Horde. And when they were besieging a Genoese trading post on the peninsula of Crimea called Kaffa, they catapulted the dead bodies of their men who had died of the bubonic plague, the Black Death, over the walls and into the city of Kaffa. One of the first documented instances of biological warfare. And then once the disease started to rip through Kaffa, some of those Genoese traders got on their boats and left the Black Sea, left Kaffa, left the Black Sea, and went to the Mediterranean. And they brought the Black Death to the rest of Europe, and half the people died. Which is insane to think. It's also insane to think that it could start somewhere like here. Who knows? Maybe it started from people drinking fermented mare's milk. Back to the dusty highway. The Kumis joints that we passed at the intersection are about 5 kilometers, maybe a bit less up there. You can see them. I'd rather not walk it, so hopefully a car comes along pretty soon. Give me a lift. Oh man. Fuck. Oh, that's hard. Oh god. There's a bunch of cars going that direction, but none the direction I need. Salam. Thank you. Can't get Kumis from you, can we? But I see Kumis purveyors over there. Wow. Tulordo Tudoi Suusamyr Umurbar. Anyway, that's the Suusamyr Valley. I guess this is saying welcome to Suusamyr. We've enjoyed our stay so far. Right. We've got honey. And we've got some suspicious looking white fluid. I hope this is Kumis. And some balls. Это ваш?
Что там?
Я просто хочу попробовать кыргызские, кумис и kurut.
Кыргызский, да?
Да. У вас...
Возьмешь, что?
Я просто попробую, я заплачу, но я не хочу целую пакету. Что есть?
Что здесь? Крут есть все. Хмыс. Наши все.
Как
корова, блядь.
Ага.
Все коровы.
Ага. Кумис из кобыл, да?
Да, кобылы.
Ага, можно попробовать? Это из этого года?
Что?
Этот кумис из этого года? Или из прошлого года?
В этом году.
Ага.
Тебе полный надо?
Маленькую попробую. Посмотрим. Первый раз. Alright. Jesus. Times like this, sort of careful. You think should be careful what you wish for. Right. Acrid smell, kind of like petrol, bit medicinal. Wow. Extremely sour. Oh, like lemon juice. A bit salty. Very cheesy. It's got like a weird. It's got a cheesy flavour. Like yogurt's been left too long. Thinner than I thought. I thought it'd be thickened a bit. And actually not too bad actually. The variety is sure. I had a sure. I actually quite like it. Вы сами делали? Да. Где ваши лошади?
А там?
Там.
Казани.
Ага. Да, да, можно попробовать kurut.
Kurut, да.
Kurut. Окей.
Сам делал, окрис.
Oh wow. Они свежие, да?
Свежий, да.
Okay. Kurut. It says it's korov.
Да, коров.
All right. So this isn't mares milk. This is cows. That's okay. That's a bit more straightforward. Yeah, just like very dry, hardened cheese. That's not too offensive. Not too bad. Wow. Сейчас я хочу ехать в Kojomkul. Автостоп, наверное, да.
Потом можешь выйти.
Да. Минкуш тоже.
А, там Сумкул есть, там хороший.
Да. Красиво. Окей. Приятно познакомиться. Okay. Спасибо. До свидания. Oh. Wow. I've got to say, it wasn't actually quite nice. I did expect quite a lot worse. It did have a slightly weird, sort of acrid hydrocarbon smell to it, although it didn't really have that in the taste. Yeah, Kumis. So we're going to grow up big and strong now, I suppose. Right, we got a little bit of rain there. It did pass. But now the task is to get to Kojomkul. Remember old Kojomkul? Right, we'll get back on that road and hopefully get a ride. Здравствуйте.
Садись куда?
Я в Kojomkul иду. Спасибо большое.
Куда?
Я из Великобритании.
А на чем приехал сюда?
Честно, я хотел попробовать Kumis. И остался там, чтобы попробовать.
Основной кумыс там.
Да.
Да, там.
Kumis, kurut.
Да. Kojomkula что хотел?
Я хотел...
Этот видеть, да?
Да. Силач.
Видеть надо, там этот памятник есть.
Да, легенда Kojomkul.
Легенда, да. У нас в Кыргызстане это единственная легенда Kojomkul.
А вы куда?
Вон туда. На эту ту сторону. Там базы сейчас. Летом там пасется. Видите, там посмотри, скот. На 100 километров привезем и осенью где-то в августе-сентябре обратно увезем.
Ага, понял.
Ну, у нас пастбище отличное.
We've just crashed.
Че, нулевой что ли? Да. Нифига себе. Вот, смотри,
Что случилось?
вот.
Oh, the axle's come off.
Да, блин.
Fucking hell.
Блин, вот этот.
Oh, it's like sheared off.
Блин. Смотри. Смотри. Я сейчас выйду. Чё? Давай, давай. Давай, блядь. Давай нахуй.
That was unbelievably sketchy. We were just driving on the right hand side of the road, obviously, and then the steering wheel just suddenly spins to the left and we veer to the other side of the road into the ditch. God, I feel bad for the guy. He's just raising animals. That's going to cost a lot to sort out. Seems in good spirits, but it's a pretty rough situation. Don't want to have the animals here for too long. Надеюсь, что все.
Да.
Хорошо. Спасибо за помощь. До свидания. До свидания. Oh, man. Well, we got about 3 kilometers done. Poor bloke. Don't know how he's going to sort that out. He just said, "Yeah, I'm going to be stuck here for a while. You should get walking, and hopefully someone will stop for you." Wow. Wow, there's some screeching going on back there. I'm afraid that is now no longer my problem. I have my own problem. Well, we're trudging along a lonely, dusty highway once more. Well, while my stomach is digesting that Kumis, I can give you a Kumis fact. A few weeks ago, the Kyrgyz parliament voted to replace the Cyrillic alphabet with the Latin alphabet. So they're going to start writing the Kyrgyz language with Latin letters. Uzbekistan have done the same. They did it a few years ago. Now Moscow, they weren't too keen on this. As we know, Russia's not very keen on former Soviet states pivoting away from Russia's sphere of influence, and so it did the adult thing and banned imports of all dairy products from Kyrgyzstan. So that'll include your Kumis and your kurut. That will be staying in Kyrgyzstan. Maybe it's for the best. Здравствуйте. Здравствуйте, я в Kojomkul еду. Можно с вами?
Конечно, можно.
Спасибо большое.
Здорово.
Здорово.
Откуда?
Великобритания.
Великобритания?
Да.
По нации.
По нации я англичанин.
Англичанин?
Да.
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 С Англии лошади привезти можно сюда? Стокровная.
А?
Стокровная англичанин. Лошади сюда привозить можно?
Лошади?
Ну.
Не знаю.
У вас там большие лошади, да?
Большие, да.
Для скачек.
Да, для скачки, да. Salam. Well, I haven't cursed this car so far. It's running smoothly.
В Kojomkul'е нету.
Да.
Только Кызлое есть, да?
Да,
Гостиница.
Козлой есть много.
Красавчик. Нам гостиница не нужен, мы в любом месте поночуем.
Да?
Ну, машина есть. Сидушки
Да,
раскладываем и спим. Мына жерге спим.
Иә.
Кызлойга ердік, мына жерге спим. Қайсынан береді?
Wow, what good lads they were. Tried to pay them, they wouldn't accept. They're going left, and we are going right. Although it is about 6 kilometers away, so we do need another ride. It's getting a little bit late, so there might not be too many cars. I should say, I probably haven't clarified this, but yes, the village is named after the strong man. We'll explore all that when we get there. This is the mighty river Kara-balta, apparently. There are so many places called Kara-balta in Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan. I think it means, well, black is Kara. I think maybe it means Black Lake. There's a bunch of places with the same name. Isn't it charming? I am a bit worried about this road because it's still 6 or 7 kilometres to Kojomkul, and I've been walking about 15 minutes and I haven't seen, and no cars have come past. But there is a car there which is broken down. Kyrgyz mountain travel. В Kojomkul иду. Можно с вами? Спасибо.
Доллара 200 сом.
Да, конечно. Сколько хотите? Сколько хотите? Сколько хотите?
Я?
Да.
Kojokmul.
Да сколько?
200. Турист, да?
Турист, да.
А где остальные?
Я один.
Один, да?
Да.
Денег много, да?
Хватает. If you want money, then there you go.
Шарим, да. Спасибо.
Wow. What a strange man. Anyway, we've made it to Kojomkul. That up there, a mausoleum, says Kojomkul 130 years. Now I think that was put here in 2018 because that would be 130 years since Kojomkul was born in 1888. And this is where he was born. Kojomkul was born into a very poor family, shepherding family, and both his parents died at a young age. But he was physically gifted. They say he was 2.3 meters tall and 160 kilograms. And he got involved with wrestling and strength sports and became a legend. Michael Jackson, did you say? Michael Jackson.
My name's Johnny.
Michael Jackson, hello. Johnny Vegas, how are you? All good?
Да.
Yeah? You live in Kojomkul?
Да, Kojomkul.
Ага. Что вы можете мне сказать про Kojomkul?
Лука, Маша, он был героем вот так.
Ага.
Болваном был, болван.
Болван, ага.
Он не его рука большая был.
Ага, big hand. И он поднимал...
145 килограмм.
Вот так.
Ага. Это был его вес, да?
Да.
Но он поднимал камень, да? Вот так, да?
Он там коллекция есть. У него его папа там, он этот музей его есть там, он хранил его вещи. Там там в музее есть вещи. Человек дает денег и потом его отец будет его разрешать.
Ага. Окей. Это его могила? Да.
Там есть музей еще Kumis есть. Его камни есть там.
Камень?
Да, камни.
Да. Ага. Goodbye. So I was trying to get them to hype up their man. They didn't tell you, so I'll do it for you. There's a bunch of legends about things he was able to lift, like a fully grown horse, as you saw in the in Bishkek, in that where we started the video, and huge rocks like he's lifting up in that monument there. And the thing I find crazy about this is, I mean, normally these legendary they're asking for money. The crazy thing about Kojomkul in particular is how recently he lived. you know, you hear about these like legendary Icelandic strongmen who lived hundreds of years ago, and they could carry a whole like longboat across their back. But you know that's been mythologized. But this guy died in 1955, so I'm inclined to believe that half the things about this guy might be half true. But the thing that Kojomkul is remembered best for is his great philanthropy. You see, he would go around these folk wrestling competitions all around Central Asia, and he would dominate everyone, and he'd win. He might win a few coins, but he'd more likely win, 10 mares, 50 sheep, 100 bushels of corn, and he would take his winnings back to this village, and he would share it out amongst everyone. This is the Museum of Kojomkul. Museum, yes, музей. Открыто. Закрыто. А? А вы откуда взялась тогда?
А, мы?
Да.
Мы с разрешения зашли.
Окей. И у меня нет разрешения. Вау.
Вы откуда?
Великобритания. Да.
Специально для этого музея?
Нет. Говорю честно, нет.
Общий Кыргызстан?
Да. Okay, до свидания. Well, there you saw a bunch of rocks, which Kojomkul is supposed to have lifted and carried, and one of them was 750 kilograms. A little bit sceptical about that. But he's clearly a big boy. I don't know how well this is coming across on the camera, but the hills around here on the edge of the Suusamyr Valley are just absurd. They look like CGI. They seem to be covered in velvet. And there's a flock of livestock in a dell right there. It looks fake, man. It looks fake. Kyrgyzstan, come here. Здравствуйте. Как дела? Я приехал сюда, чтобы видеть вашу деревню и памятник Kojomkulu.
Меня по-русски мало знаю.
Я тоже, я англичанин. Лондон. Да. Kojomkul, Балбан. А, там я вижу. Ага, отлично. Пойду туда.
Как зовут?
Жозеф.
Жозеф. Урмат.
Румат? Очень приятно познакомиться. Румат, спасибо за помощь. И удачи вам. До свидания. Kojomkul was a physical anomaly and a great wrestler, but most importantly, he was a people's champion. He didn't really care about the money or the fame, just cared about being the best and helping out his people. Kojomkul reigned supreme in the Central Asian wrestling scene for many years, but Father Time is undefeated, and eventually Kojomkul tasted defeat after 23 minutes of hard combat to the Kazakh strongman Cholok Balaban. But Kojomkul was already in his middle age by then, and after that he became the district governor of Suusamyr, and he was instrumental in building schools, improving infrastructure, and just improving the lives of the people of this valley, as he had done when he was a wrestler. And in that way, Kojomkul further cemented his status as a local legend. And so on Kojomkul's death in 1955, as a folk hero, the town of his birth was renamed in his honour. And this is his final resting place. Although the lady at the museum said it's just his mate. Who knows? Oh, bloody hell. Oh. Wow. Yeah, so it's a yurt. There's some Arabic writing on it. Ah, yeah. that kid, the one useful piece of information he gave me was that he had a big old hand. Well, apparently that's it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, big hands. And here's a stone that I presume Kojomkul lifted. It says 690 kilograms. Well, there you go. Well, that is the story of Kojomkul. I hope you enjoyed it. Wow, what a day. That was a real adventure. And it's the first of a long trip that we're going to go on together through Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan. There's going to be lots of adventures, and you'll be with me every step of the way, I hope. So yeah, stay tuned, and yeah, hope you enjoy the adventure. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.